So my name is Seth, this is my Oceanography 101 class, and this is my reflection video. The first question is to explain my current knowledge of the ocean, its processes, and human impact on it. What I know about the ocean is that it's an important part of the water cycle as it contributes to a lot of fresh water on land. I also know that the ocean and its processes filter out the ocean naturally with the waves. And I know that the ocean connects the land, and honestly that's as much as I know. I know it takes up a huge portion of land on Earth, and most of our world is water, and that's pretty much what I know about the ocean. And then the questions we were required to address is to explain theory of plate tectonics and how it relates to formation of undersea floor structures. What I know, what I get out of that when I think of it, I don't know anything about plate tectonics. I never researched the topic, but when I think about it, I'm thinking earthquakes and the ocean, land collides over itself and it goes under. It doesn't stay true to its shape. And then the next question is to reconstruct major circulation patterns of the dominant ocean circulation systems, atmospheric circulation systems, and analyze their interrelationships. I don't know anything about that. I don't know. I assumed before that the clouds and the oceans move together differently based on seasons and air currents that are influenced by humans. And the next question is The next question is describe principles involved in formation of tides and waves and evaluate their effects upon oceanic coastal processes. Okay, so the formation of tides and waves is highly influenced by the moon. I know that the tide goes with the moon. I don't know how it reflects on the ocean and how large its waves are formed based on the moon phase. But what I do know is that the tides and the waves on coastal processes allow creatures creatures to form on the walls as well as catch prey, because once the tide rises, there's nowhere to for prey to hide easier. So it's more of like a feeding ground, is what I assume it is. Summarize major physical properties of the oceans and evaluate how they affect the marine life communities. So the physical properties of the oceans, there's different, I know there's different pH levels and salt levels that allow mammals and smaller creatures, as like microscopic creatures, to live differently, especially based on the plant life, what marine animals, hunters and their prey, hunters and prey, it's based on that, as well as the path that mammals take from coast to coast to feed and birth. And I know that's how the tides affect them. And I don't know much about what other physical properties affect them. Otherwise, the chemical balance of the water, as well as the size of the tides. Personal plans. What are your personal goals for this class? What would you specifically like to have accomplished at the end of your semester? My personal goals for this class is to be a little bit more informed on a deeper scientific level about the ocean and its processes and how it affects us and life around us, because I know it's a pretty big deal, especially in current times with the environment going into a steep decline. As we can see all around us, the environment is changing. So I feel like it's a good idea to get a knowledge of what we could all do to help alleviate the stress from the earth. And what I would like to have accomplished at the end of the semester is just a good knowledge on the topic, as well as awareness of how to prevent these things from happening any further and ruining where we live. If this were a graded class, what would your realistic goal be? My realistic goal would probably be an A. I mean, I always try to excel in my classes. I try to always be number one on top of my assignments. I try to be responsible. So my realistic goal is to get at least an A, if not an A minus or A plus. What are some specific plans that you are taking to achieve this goal? Some specific steps I can take to achieve this goal is to research more knowledge on my own through websites and plenty of organizations and people who are working with scientists to actually discuss the details of the ocean and how its processes are changing and how we are changing it. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing to achieve my goals in this class is a lot of self-knowledge through self-teaching, mostly taking notes and listening to my teacher, being in class on time, getting the knowledge that I need it's like a daily nutrition, getting your full meal, full 3 meals a day. It's full hours of studying per week, per day. However, I'm going to plan that out with the rest of my schedule. As you know, there are some specific student learning outcomes that are expected for this class. What are some ways you can think of to assess your knowledge in this class? Something I can do to assess my knowledge in the class is actually I plan on taking online quizzes and reviewing my knowledge on it, as well as watching videos and making videos of my own, sitting here talking to the teacher. I think this is a really cool idea, which is why I'm doing my reflection on video, so that it's a more from the head knowledge rather than reading from a paper or having resources around you. Kind of and I plan on using flashcards, anything of the sort, to help reconstruct my knowledge every day on the information. So that's how I plan to assess my knowledge, as well as write it down and take notes on things that I didn't know so well about, which is why I can come back to this video and always do that. What are your thoughts as we go into this semester regarding the idea of ungrading? My thoughts on that is kind of cool. I like the idea of separating people into their skill level rather than their a grade, like a 1, 2, 3 type of thing. And I feel like my thoughts on it are it could be a good way to not make such a cookie cutter just way of going about taking this class. And what are you looking forward to, and what are you nervous about? I'm looking forward to being with people of knowledge on my skill level and working with them and improving each other and what we can do to get a better grade for this class. What I am nervous about is being mixed in with people that we don't mix so well. It happens. It's a natural thing, but I'm honestly not too worried about it since most people are pretty nice. We're all in the class for the same reason. Anything else you can think of that you would like to record your thoughts and feelings here at the beginning of this journey? I'm excited to take oceanography, and I think it's going to be a knowledge that I can use for the rest of my life, which is why I plan to take it. I live here on planet Earth, so knowing more about it and its processes and what we can do to improve our living conditions here is always a good thing, especially because we need it, considering the current environmental circumstances. And other than that, that's it. That's my reflection video. Thank you.